So those were the 3 books that I read for the readathon, for hashtag eReadathon. Then I actually participated in my second readathon, and that was hashtag Project TBR readathon, hosted by Benjaminoftomes. I will link his channel down below. I just discovered him like maybe a month ago, and he is so funny. I love his energy. I love watching his videos. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who he is. He's just amazing. He had a few challenges for the readathon. I believe it was read a book that has more than 500 pages, read an underhyped book, read a book with green on the cover, read a book under 250 pages, and then read a book that will complete a series. Wow, I'm really good with the memory on that one. Good job. So I ended up only getting to 2 books. I completed the read a book with over 500 pages challenge and read a book under 250 pages challenge. So the 2 books that I read, I actually, and this is, I guess this is a little weird, but I read them kind of simultaneously. So one I brought to work with me, so when I had time I could read it, and then the other one I read when I was at home. So they kind of like, I would like be reading one and then reading another, and it was, you will see, I'll talk about them in a second, but they're like the complete polar opposites in terms of the romance aspect. So it was very interesting to read them at the same time. The first book that I finished was The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love this book. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 is because it was different from the movie, and yes, it is supposed to be obviously different from the movie. The movie was an adaptation based off this book, but I grew up watching the movie, so like it was really hard for me to like detach from what I've watched, but I still like, it was amazing to read their relationship, Noah and Allie's relationship, to read it and like feel the emotions like towards the end of the book. You cannot, like, I was at work and I was tearing up like reading the end of this book, and I am not someone who like cries or gets like really emotional when I'm reading a book in public. I will laugh out loud, yes, but cry, not so much. So it was just, I loved it. I think I'm going to be doing, I would love to do a review on this. I have it in the works for in the future, but I just really enjoyed this book. I finally read a Nicholas Sparks book, and it was incredible. I own A Walk to Remember, so maybe I'll pick it up soon, but it was just so great. The polar opposite book, which has tons of hype, and I will say before I get into it, these are my own opinions about this book. This book has gotten a lot of hype in the past few weeks because the movie just came out, and everyone has very different views on the book and the movie and the content and whatever. But I will just say right now, I grappled with my decision to possibly maybe even do a review on the book or the movie because of the kind of what has happened to other booktubers who have talked on it. I've seen a lot of people like attack a lot of the videos that were made about this book. So I'm just going to put that out there. My own opinions. Please be respectful. If you comment down below, I will, if you aren't respectful, to be honest, I will delete your comments, because there is a way to talk about your feelings about this book, but also stay respectful, be respectful to the person who has originally given their thoughts on the book. So I will just put that out there, huge disclaimer. The book that I'm talking about is 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I have read this book before. This is my second time reading it, and I have seen the movie. I read this book when I was 20 years old. When I read it, I loved it. I gave it, according to Goodreads, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I read it again, and after watching videos and listening to people's opinions and stuff, I did see the fact that this is they are glorifying or romanticizing an abusive relationship. There were 2 or 3 scenes in this book that I had a hard time reading, honestly, because I was thinking of how this could be portrayed in real life, and if I were to step in to Anastasia's shoes, what it would look like, and I was completely and utterly like so put off by it. But regardless of that, I am romantic, and there are parts of this book that were just cute and funny, and I really enjoyed seeing their relationship kind of unfold, especially over their emails. I thought it was like the perfect point in the book where you see both of their like playful like sides to of each other. So I did like that aspect of the book. Also, I am currently reading the second book, and a lot of people have talked about how I think they like, to be honest, I've heard a lot of people who haven't actually continued the series, so most of their opinions I feel like are only on this book. But I am reading the second book right now, and it is completely different. There's a lot of character development. There's a lot of like changes that happen between both characters, and I would say I'm enjoying the second book more than I'm enjoying the first book. So the last book that I read this month was in terms of rating, it's the highest book that I rated. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really love this book. It is Unleashed by Jamie Alden. It is the third book in the Gemini Men trilogy. It follows the oldest brother. The entire series revolves around 3 brothers, the Taggart brothers. There's Ethan, Derek, and Danny. This is Danny's story in the third book. So Danny is the oldest brother, and the storyline of this book it's been building up since the first book, so I can't really give too much away plot-wise because I don't want to spoil it. But his love interest in this book is actually his high school sweetheart, Caroline. She re-enters his life because of certain things that are happening to her and are actually connected to what's happening to Danny and his family. And so they get thrown back together, and their feelings come back for one another, even though Danny is super, like, in the beginning, he was so mean to Caroline because of what happened in the past. There is so much action in this book that happens. Like, there were moments in this book where I literally, like, read, like, a chapter and put it down and was like, holy crap. And I did this, like, multiple times. Like, it went like here, and then went here, and then went here, and then like went up here, and I was like, I can't. It's like insane. And so it was so good. I love this series. I love Jamie Alden's series. All of the books are amazing. This one just had so much emotion to it because it was kind of wrapping up one of the storylines that started in the first book, and then and that storyline is very like near and dear to Danny, and he had a lot of emotional stuff going on, and there was like all this stuff going on, and oh my god, I just can't, like, it is so hard to like articulate it, but also not give anything away. But what I will say, like I mentioned, the topics in these books are very relevant, but they're also very dark, very gruesome, very graphic. I would say they could be triggers for someone who has experienced certain things in life. So if you like want to pick this up, I would say maybe like heed a little caution. Definitely one of my favorite adult series so far. So after rambling for like, I don't know how long on these books that I read this month, it is the end of this video. If you've just discovered my channel, then I really hope you enjoyed watching me be like inarticulate, incoherent, sometimes rambling, God knows what else I was doing. But I will say I had a really good reading month last month. I'm excited for March. My March TBR should be up, I believe, after this video. But yeah, if you guys want to follow me, my links are down below. I have a Twitter, a Goodreads, an Instagram, a Pinterest. I would love to be friends or follow you guys or anything. I'm just super excited to get more connected within BookTube. So if you guys want to add me or follow me or friend me or whatever the terms are in regards to this social media stuff, go ahead. Another self-promotion, if you want, subscribe down below, because you can. I'm not gonna be, I honestly am never that type of person who's like, you subscribe now. Yep, right down there. No, it's up to you. Like, go right ahead. It's no big deal. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!